This Friday, Clinton County Raceway is offering free admission to the races as part of Fan Appreciation Night. Then they return to action on Sunday, June 5th, when they host their first ever All-Star Circuit of Champions sprint car event. I spoke with co-promoter Kyle Lefhloc about hosting the All-Stars for the first time.
You have to be excited, Kyle, to have the All-Star sprints here.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, anytime we can get a national touring series in to this area, let alone this track, I mean, we really feel that it'll put us on the map here and really let our local stars kind of shine a little bit for once and kind of get some national attention that way. We have some up-and-coming drivers, some drivers that, are kind of in the twilight of their career but have done this type of thing before, and we really think that some of them can shock the world.
How did this come about, you getting the All-Stars here?
Well, Vern has run with the All-Stars a couple times, and with doing that, he's talked to a few of the promoters of the All-Star Series, and a few of the other drivers have done that, and we kind of made some inquiries as far as getting a show and what it would take, and it's kind of coming together over the last 12 months, getting the show, and so we're excited, very excited.
And you mentioned about the regulars here. It should be fun for the fans to see just how well they can take on the All-Stars.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, Alan Cole has run with the big dogs before. We expect a lot of the big dogs, your Freddie Ramers, your Greg Hodnitz, all those guys. We expect them all to be here, at least most of them. And but I think a lot of our locals here can put on a pretty good show. They run this track weekly, and it's kind of like when the World of Outlaws come to Williams Grove. The local guys usually put a whooping on them, so we're expecting the same thing here.
On Tuesday, Grandview Speedway will run a midweek affair featuring USAC Sprints and ARDC Midgets. Then on Wednesday, the USAC Sprints visit Lincoln Speedway, while the 600 Micro Sprints are also on the card. The USAC Sprints will be in action at Port Royal Speedway on Saturday, along with the ARDC Midgets. The Appalachian Mountain Speed Week Series for super late models begins this Saturday. After running south of the border at Hagerstown and Winchester, they make their way into Pennsylvania with stops at Roaring Knob, Williams Grove, and Port Royal, with the finale at Bedford. On Sunday, Erie Speedway will host the Dick Litz Memorial for the super late models. They will run 29 laps with $2,900 going to the winner in honor of Litz's car number. And if you are a fan of dirt modifieds and midweek shows, Penn Can Speedway will have their Clash at the Can on Tuesday, June 7th. Promoters hope to build on the success of last year's inaugural event.
Yeah, we had a really good year last year. It was our first June midweek race here, and I actually live 2.5 hours from here. I come up and co-promote these midweek shows with Reed and Al, who have been friends of ours for a long time, and we're really working at it. Last year we had 42 cars, 42 modifieds, and New York, New Jersey, Pennsylvania were represented, and we ended up paying $5,000 to win with a gambler's bonus. So this year we sat down in October and said, what can we do to make it better? We really want to make the Clash of the Can a race that sticks out. So we came up with $8,000 to win, which is the highest winner's share ever here at Penn Can in 40 years, and it's the highest total purse ever. We're paying out about $22,000 total. So every position from first to last gets an increase over last year, first to 24th, and the winner goes home with $8,000. No gambler's fee, no increase in pit admission, no increase in distance of laps. So it's definitely one. The interest already is big, and I've got calls from Canada to Delaware, so we'll see what shows up. But I think it'll be one of the bigger all-star fields of the year.
I was going to say, you're going to have some heavy hitters in this field.
Yeah, one of the great things about this speedway, essentially located for cars from New York, cars from Pennsylvania, it's not close to anything, but it's not far from anything either, and we can get cars here on a midweek show. Also the size, because it is a small track, the little guy, the weekly racer, has just as much of a shot as a Brett Hearn or Stuart Friesen or anybody else, because the small track is a great equalizer for equipment. So there's really a recipe for something that could get pretty wild here with could be a local guy making $8,000 that night.
Maybe I will see you at one of these special shows. Until then, remember, if you want to contribute to the growth of our sport, quite simply support those who support racing.
Pit Pass has been brought to you by Jake's Karts, This has been a production of WHVL Sports.